Got offline.
See, they're down there now.
Hey,
Planning
Daddy,
on,
I sent you an email, and this is from one of the crew, just one crew member email. And just look at the email. The visuals should be enough for these policy guideline fucktards who don't want to follow it. The email, the visualization, and this is just one crew member. And they're saying, who's the crew? Just remember, all you crew, you're the glue, each and every one of you. And the visualization.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it out of him because I can't find out who the crew is either. And the crew struck me before multiple times.
Hey, look at the email. Show them the visualization of what I just
all right. I'll check the email. Relax. He's gonna be all over me. He's got me over a barrel, this guy.
And just remember, the crew is Mini.
He's pretty much extorting me right now. Snafu's pretty much been extorting me because he'll use policy on everybody. He's struck me before.
Policy and guidelines.
Oh man, that's a heavy list. Yeah, you're out here. You're not taking any prisoners out here. All right, hold on. Let me bring that up again. Try to tell these people to stop fucking doing her. I can't make it bigger.
And many were written back saying, yes, we handled it. Because they're not following the rules, Daddy.
There's about 10 notifications from the past 3 days he's showing me of YouTube telling him thank you for reporting. So yeah. That's just a few of them. There's like off screen. There's about 10 of them all together. So the crew is busy, man. I actually, while I don't support it, I kind of think it's funny when you send me the one. He sends me like for some reason in the middle of the night. He goes, "Look what I did," and he sends me a list of people, and it says Slow State, Illuminati, Slave Cot, all the usual haters.
They're gonna fucking take these policy guideline unfollowers videos down or slap them on the hand for not being good little, they just
if they're gonna take jabs and follow policy and code and ask the state for funds, they got to follow all statutes, policies, and codes. They're in jurisdiction commercially. So you better follow all them statutes, policies, and codes, or the crew's going to be striking you. I don't have nothing to do with it. I didn't ask him to do it. I didn't tell him he even should be doing it. But he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants because he's sick of you. I mean, I could take it or leave it, right? These people don't really bother me at the end of the day. I think it's more of an indictment and embarrassment for them than it is any consequence to me. So I really don't need that done. But I also think it's rather comical that he's calling everyone a pogo and then striking everybody, or the crew is. He's not doing it. He's got people doing that. But I just think it's a funny imagery. All the same people who've been hating on me getting stricken, and he's done it to me before, so it's not like he isn't objective about it.
Snafu's still a narc though for doing that. Straight up.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about power, right? It's elusive at times. It will corrupt. So
true.
There was a few times where Snafu Snaps struck me and then went off hailing about it. I just struck him. He's going to learn a lesson today. And I was back up in 20 minutes because I just direct my shit to the legal team. And I've been in touch with them so often from all the fake ass lying shit that they respond pretty quickly. So he learned directly to not even do that with me because it's not as effective to me as it is the rest of them. The rest of these folks are incompetent. They can't speak. They can't communicate. They can't establish a relationship with anybody, and they can't generate relief or remedy for themselves or others. So it's always going to be more effective to them than it is to me because I'm not doing anything that's being claimed, and I protect myself with certain language, and I have a certain relationship at this point with these folks who know YouTube's fucking me. Literally, the legal team knows that the people they're working for is shadow banning me and fucking me. So they're pretty good about when I'm not doing anything, making sure that they don't get themselves in deeper liability. So it's a very odd relationship that you wind up cultivating with people based on some shared understanding of liability.
Hey, Daddy, I sent you one last email. Now, this one is even more powerful than the visuals you said because, the crew is fucking making an impact on making these people follow policy and guidelines. And we have many more that have just recently came in last night. So when their channels feel the heat, and Mr. Talcott has to
It says
rebuild.
we removed or restricted content you
When
reported.
you show the people the truth, yo.
Show the people.
There it is.
Blow it up.
I'm going to read
Let's
it.
see what YouTube said. Oh, can you pull it back one more time? Now, can you zoom in? It says, what does it say? Oh, it says, thanks for reporting videos you find inappropriate. On January 5th, been removed and restricted from YouTube. The optics
Well,
are
there you
high.
go. Optics are high. And the consciousness is low. So if folks can't be reconciliatory, if they can't reconcile and resolve with their fellow man and woman and live in truth, and they want to wear masks online and make false claims and do abuse and harassment and libel and slander, then they're probably going to get hit with the very least policy guidelines infractions, and if not, some type of lawsuit, because you actually can't go online and defame people and slander and continuously lie when you know you're lying. It's one thing to say, hey, I think this is possible about this person. To regularly go on and continue a lie that could mischaracterize someone or defame someone when you've been told it's a lie and you've been corrected on the record, it's libelous and slanderous, and it could get you a lawsuit, right? I'm not saying I would necessarily do that. I'm not saying that I'm above doing that. You know, again, if somebody got me on just the right day and I was tired of looking at them and hearing their bullshit, I would teach them a lesson just like I would in a different venue. And they'd happen to be showing up to court and explaining why they come on every day and make a living off of trying to destroy my livelihood and character assassinating me. And it's going to be kind of a hard sell, right? Because, you know, most folks on here are broken children and they don't really conceive of what it is that they're doing and saying. And they're really not equipped to defend themselves or to explain themselves in any venue. So they'd be completely caught off guard. And then they'd be forced to hire an attorney who would immediately be a waste of money because they'd get thrown right out of the box for no firsthand knowledge. You can't have another man represent you and what the fuck you've been doing who has no firsthand knowledge. So you'd be forced to testify and you'd be forced to go on record and you'd be shown to be dishonorable, bad faith, and then you'd have to pay because you can't just go around repeating lies and trying to character assassinate people and then trying to be above statute, policy, and code, which you serve regularly, pay into, and advocate the rest of us follow. Are you kidding? You can't have it all ways at all times, you know? But whatever, that'll be for you folks to learn at some point. Hopefully you don't continue fucking with me and get me on an off day and I wind up just completely fucking your whole life up from top to bottom using nothing but mere paperwork.
Well, Daddy, all I can say is the crew is on a strike force activation mode. Talcots and host states and Wizards now better follow policy and guidelines because Wizard now says he's broken off of Unslaved forever and he's a Talcotiad. So we'll see how this lasts.
No. You're now repeating things that doesn't sound like something he would say, and that's usually when I know you're.
He's never coming back. Yesterday when he said that,
I didn't hear that.
Oh, ask the chat. A lot of us saw it and heard it. We laughed about it.
Well, if just because it took a year and a half for me to finally be completely accountable with him and hold him accountable after everything that's gone on here and been done. If he's made a decision and not come back here, then that's more of an indictment of him and his character, which I would choose to not believe at this point. Not saying it's not possible. I choose to not believe that at this point. And if it is true, it's only another indictment and conviction for the true character of all these folks. That the majority of them, like I've said from the beginning, are not here because they really love or respect me or what I do. They're not really here to walk with me and be a part of what I'm doing the way I'm doing it. They're here to aggrandize themselves and to create a second stream of attention or value or income for themselves to exist off of. It's been clear and present with the majority of them from the beginning. It's probably one of the few things I can't necessarily accuse Snafu Snaps of, he'll generally go around, never really promote his shit, never really play his own shit, talk about everybody, and he has no products or services and doesn't make any money off of it. So while I think he's delusional at times, or why I think he's a rude and crude cretin, warthog creature, he's not necessarily doing what everyone else is doing. He's entertained the idea of the bobblehead, but I think he knows that I know that he knows he's never going to go get that done. And if he tries to sell it, he's going to wind up in the rears because nobody's going to buy it from him. I think he's probably smart enough to recognize that. And he's also lazy and procrastinates enough to never really entertain that idea being true and correct. He just likes the idea of playing with that and fucking with me. And it doesn't bother me because I see right through it. And I know better than him if he doesn't know. Right? So, yeah, they're all the same. Slow state, slave cot. Pick somebody who hadn't come here and tried to sit next to me and use this fucking audience for a platform to push products and services or to generate value for what it is they do online from these people.